So, hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's very late in the night and it was a very hectic day. I'm very tired today, but I still thought I'll record this video. And by the way, my previous video got some 19 views, which is actually big for me because I did not expect even one. And I also got a very kind comment and from I'll just check the name. Yeah, I think it's Dreamer Shubh 2023, and I hope you're doing well and thank you for your kind words. It means a lot, and all the best for your future. So, before going into what my targets and achievements were today, let me tell you a little bit about my optionals in Indian Forest Service mains. So, in Indian Forest Service mains, you have to take two optionals. So, mine are botany and agriculture. So, botany is also my optional for UPSC mains, and so normally the other optional that people normally take, like the trend is forestry because it's not very vast. But the reason why I chose agriculture was there's a lot of overlap with one of the papers of botany, so I thought it'll save some time. And second, agriculture is also a part of GS3, right? So it's good 50 marks. So I thought at least somewhere it will help me also. Because otherwise forestry does not have any overlap with anything in the UPSC mains. So that was another reason I thought I'll just take up agriculture. So normally what I did for botany was I for the syllabus I wrote down every syllabus point, and under that in the last 10 years whatever PYQs I wrote them down, and for every PYQ I have written the answers myself, right? For every question, if it's a 15 marker, then I have written 300 words for it. Like I have notes of 300 words for it, so that I can completely put that up in the paper. And for every 10 marker I have a 150 to 200 words notes made, handwritten. The reason I've put a little I've written a few extra points. Like suppose in the exam I think if I think that for that answer I'll write 5 points, then in the notes I have 8 points because I know I'll forget some of the points. So for everything I've just written a little extra in the notes, but overall I've written all the PYQs. And other than that, what I've noticed is, if a particular topic in the syllabus has never been asked, suppose I'll give you an example, but suppose a topic has never been asked, then the first time they'll ask it, they'll simply pick up the syllabus topic and ask it. So suppose the scope of food processing in India, suppose it has never been asked, then the first time they'll ask it, they'll simply write about the scope of food processing in India. So this thing I noticed in botany also and in agriculture also, because I went back like 20 years. I checked papers for 20 years and I saw this is the trend. Like whenever they're asking something for the first time, they're asking it at the very basic level. So that this is a very good insight, because so now we just have to do the PYQs because it will give us all the dimensions. And other than that, just those topics, whichever topics are left, just a 2-page note of that topic, that basic thing is enough. So this is what I did for botany. So for botany, I wrote all the PYQs of the last 10 years. And other than that, whichever syllabus topic was never asked, I just made a 2-pager for it. And so I wanted to do the same for agriculture, but it is not possible in this time, right? So because I also have to revise botany, and I also have to revise. So in Indian Forest Service, there is only one GS paper. And in that paper, they ask all the GS together. Like there is history, there's geography, there's economics, polity, and there is environment and science and tech. So there are 6 sections, and they'll ask 4 or 5 questions of each section. So the entire GS is put into one paper. Other than that, there are 2 optionals and 2 papers of each optional each, and there is an English compulsory paper. Compulsory is in that marks will also be added. So there's an English paper also. So anyway, so since in this there's not much time to write each PYQ, so I have extensively made use of ChatGPT during this time. So I'll tell you how I made use of ChatGPT also. It's not like I blindly asked ChatGPT to write an answer for me, but I found a way around it. So what I really did was, suppose I wrote down the same thing I did. I wrote down the syllabus points, and I wrote down all the PYQs. After that, in BRC, there are a lot of scientists who are from agricultural background. So in my lab also, I have some of my colleagues who have done their bachelor's and master's in agriculture. So for every topic, what I would do is I would simply go and ask them which is the best material, suppose for any examination. So mostly I would see that the best materials are usually Tamil Nadu Agriculture University materials or ANGR AU materials. So what I would do is, suppose I'll give you an example of seed science, because today I did that. So suppose seed science, I have first I wrote down the syllabus points, and then I wrote down the questions, and then I'll simply go and ask which material do you think is the best for these questions. So suppose I get hold of this particular PDF. Okay, so normally TNU materials are very concise and they are in one PDF, and so they are very like easy to deal with. So then I'll take that PDF. So I'll quickly run through that PDF once. Like, I'll not read every line, but I'll run through and see whether the questions that have been asked can be answered from that PDF. So once I know that, okay, the material is good and the questions can be asked, so then what I did is I'll also show you. I'll just change the screen and I'll show you. So I would then upload this PDF file to ChatGPT, and I'll simply write a prompt that please read this PDF thoroughly, and in this chat, whatever question I ask you after this, please answer those questions from this. And I would also say that this is for IFOS agriculture optional paper, and please refer to any Topaz copy to understand what the format is. So I'll just give the prompts in details. I know this sounds a little maybe, I don't know, if nobody's doing, if other people are not doing it, then it sounds a little stupid, but it's not actually. I've seen that whenever I'm refining my prompts, the better I ask it to do, it actually starts giving better answers. So initially I would just upload the file and I would just give it a question and say, please answer this question from this file, but it would not be so effective. So I started detailing my prompts. So what I did, I would say, this is for IFOS means optional, please refer to Topaz copy, and we have to write it within 250 words, and there should be a conclusion, there should be a body. So I would detail out whatever I want from ChatGPT. And so I would upload the files, I would ask it to read it thoroughly and answer from them. Then I would pick up the PYQ that I want the answer of, and I would just type it down, and I would ask it to give me the answer. So once I get the answer, it's not like I'll just blindly believe that, oh, now it has written the best answer. So I'll just go through the answer, and if I feel that the material, I can make some value addition from the material, then I'll do that. I'll add some data point or some example maybe. Or mostly I've seen that if I also, in the bracket, I would always mention that please write this answer within 250 words, and also put examples and data points. So suppose any particular report like Ashok Dalwai committee report or something, I'll say that please pick up some good data points from that report and add it here. So I would do all that. So once I've given all these detailed prompts, it actually gives a very good answer. So if it does not, then you can further refine it. So this is how I actually, because now I don't have the time to write down every answer, so I made sure I have answers to every PYQ this way. And then what I would do, I'll simply copy it and put it in a Word file and then take a printout. So now I have the printout of like exactly 200-250 words, which I have to reproduce in the answer in the examination. And it has a body, it has a conclusion. It's exactly how I would write the answer, right? So, and it also saves a lot of time. So now what I would do, every topic I'll finish like this, and then I'll just mug it up. Like, I'll not leave it for the end, that I'll make all the notes and then I'll start mugging it up, because it will not work like that. It's a lot of material. Agriculture is vast. Okay, so forestry, the syllabus I think is much concise, but agriculture is vast. But as I said, I selected it because there are certain parts are overlapping with my botany paper. So this is how I'll just also turn the screen and I'll show you how I'm giving these prompts to ChatGPT. So like this, I got all this answers made. So I'll just show you also once. So suppose then I would just copy it out and I'll paste it in a Word file, and then I'll take a printout. So these are actually tables that ChatGPT has made for me. And I've also, whenever I'm asking for a difference table, I would also just give the prompt, please put the most important points above. So otherwise what it'll do now, it'll just take the points as it is in the material and just put it in that sequence. So I don't want that. I want the most important points on the top. So suppose if I'm writing a difference, I want the definition on the top, the objective. So there should be a difference of the definition. There should be a difference of the objective, right? So once I would tell it for one question, it'll do the same for the others. So then suppose this is for weed science. So I made this entire note. So I have all the PYQs of weed science here. And I also have, if there is any a particular topic from which PYQ has not been asked, then I also have that topic. So like that, I got once I'm making one file, I'll just mug it up and then I'll go to the next topic. So like that, today my target was basically, so this is a very small target book. So this was a gift from a student in my lab. So I thought I'd just make use of it. And so today my target was basically to complete agroforestry, seed science, soil science and water. So it's a very big target. I normally keep very huge targets because even if I go 50%, it's enough. So today, but I tweaked the objectives today because lab like office was hectic today. So what I did was I completed agroforestry. I made these notes and I mugged them up, and I also completed seed science notes, and also along with that I did some miscellaneous topics which are like food security in India and the BDS system, about all that, which is very much overlapping with my GS paper. So there are some miscellaneous topics that are asked. So I just wrote them down, whatever they asked, I wrote the answers. And so these are the three things I did. I couldn't touch soil science and water science, but I had already decided that I'll not do it today. So that is how my day was, and this is a little brief about how I'm using ChatGPT. I'll try to show you through, just one second, I'll just do one thing. So yes, I hope you can see this. Yeah, so this is how I do it. Like suppose these are the two materials that I like. If you can see, I've put up two PDFs, right? I've attached two PDFs. So these are the two PDFs that I like found to be the best materials. So one is GRAU material, and the other is from a coaching institute. I think it's Sunya ISS, and so their seed technology, it was very good. So I took that PDF and I uploaded these two, and then as you can see, I've given a very detailed prompt that please go through the provided file thoroughly and then answer all the questions that I ask in this chat from these two files. Also refer to UPSC agriculture optional topper copies to structure the answer well. So I normally put all this, and these are questions for UPSC IFOS mains, and so like that. And then if you can see that whenever I ask for differences, suppose I have asked for this difference between scientifically produced seed and grain, then I'll say that make a table of the differences between this and use the material that is provided and put the important points above it first, so it understands. Put the important points, words, I think it will be first, and then stick to the word limit and all. So it will put suppose the purpose first and then genetic purity, so it will put the important points first. So like that, I'll open different chats for every topic, and then once I'm done with all these questions, I'll simply copy it up and paste it in a Word file and then get a printout. So these are actually 200 word answers, and they also have a small introduction. And I always mention that please write the introduction within 20 words or 30 words, because more than that we'll not be able to write in the examination, right? And a small conclusion, we'll also put a small conclusion or summarize it. And so the good thing about botany, agriculture, these subjects are we don't have to concentrate too much on the introductions and the conclusions. They can be very simple, so we don't have to give a lot of data points and all, because they want the body is the most important part here. So normally for GS papers we try to give a very attractive introduction or a conclusion. So this is what I do. And I also sometimes suppose I know that it will not be able to draw the information from the material, then I'll simply also take screenshots. I can show you some, wait, let me see. Yeah, so I'll also take some screenshots of some parts, and then I'll write it down, that write the note on seed production from this material. So if I want particularly ChatGPT to write from a particular material, like if I was writing the notes down myself, then I would write it from here. In that case, I'll just put the screenshot of that and ask it to concise in 200 words or 300 words, and also and then I'll read it once to make sure that it did the right job. So this is how I'm making use of ChatGPT. So I'll just get the camera on. Yeah, so I don't know if that's the right way. I've not cleared mains so far, but I think this is the best I can do now with with my job and other commitments. So this much time I get. So I would always recommend please write your notes down, and if you're doing an optional, you should write your notes. I would recommend that to anybody, and I would recommend that to myself also if I had a lot of time. But since I don't have, so I have to resort to ChatGPT, and I have to make my notes like this. Yeah, I would prefer making it with my own hands, and because it would give me an idea about space, about spacing, and about how much material that I can put into that. See, suppose when you see a 200 words answer, it's not equal to a 200 words handwritten answer, right? So you'll understand the spacing and everything better when you write it down. So for botany, I know that okay, this introduction will take this much time, this much space, and this much time. But for agriculture, I don't know that. But it's okay that this is the best that I can do in this time. So I'll stick to it, and let's see. Let's hope for the best. And so thank you. I'll end the video here. I'll come back tomorrow with my new target and new achievement. So thank you. I'm very tired. I'm sure I'm looking tired too. But come on, let's get back. Let's do it as I said yesterday. So I hope you all are studying well, and all the best. Thank you.